We're live. We're live. Yay!
Yay!
Wooting stream day today. Hooray! Welcome to the live stream, guys. We are live. Live from Taiwan and live from the Netherlands. We have our amazing hosts, Calder and Erik. And no Jeroen at the moment, but that's for a very good reason. Oh, here's my mouse cursor on your nose now, Erik. So we can have a lot of fun on it with this. Yeah. Ooh. All right. So we have another live stream today. Our bi-weekly live stream, Wooting live stream. I think I made an event for this. I have no idea if Twitch took it or not because it didn't do anything. We just launched a Kickstarter update, so hopefully you saw that. Otherwise. But in either case, let's start off with how are you guys doing? Founder is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
That's timing, isn't it, right?
It is. You got an update via email from Twitch. Hopefully you didn't get an update twice, though, because I made one twice.
Oh, you can never have enough updates
from
the live streams, right?
That's true. Especially when it's a Wooting live stream, it doesn't happen every day. So, okay, I'm just gonna make sure, Erik, that you don't have my mouse cursor on your nose. Oop. There we go.
Oh, I was curious. What about the music? That sounds pretty awesome.
Oh right. I always forget the music, but I'm a little bit afraid of this whole copyright stuff. Copy striked again.
Well, we get copy striked every video so far if we use the smooth
I should
jazz.
now look for copy strike free music. Oh, it exists as a search term.
We copy strike Wooting.
Let's see. No copyright sounds, but this is like that EDM kind of music. NCS.
Well, what you can also do is like take the smooth jazz and speed it up with like 1.25. There's no algorithm who can find out that that's a thing.
Is that true?
Yeah, no, but just never mind. We can entertain everyone without music, right?
That's true. Well, I can give it a shot. Without copyright, background music. Okay.
So, the biggest question is, where's Jeroen?
Yeah, true.
Why isn't he here today?
Oh,
so the last time I wasn't here, and now Jeroen is here, but Jeroen is a more valid reason because he's now in New York, and it's still early in this morning, at like 9 or something.
Oh.
And we sort of surprised him this morning when he woke up, like, hey, we have live stream today. So Jeroen wasn't able to make it, but probably next live stream he will be here. Yes, it's good that your arms are on fire, Cop. Hopefully you're cutting the stickers with a scissor.
Maybe we should share a bit more about what that's about.
I was thinking about waiting
okay.
until we actually have something and can show it. That's even more cool, right?
Inside information still.
Inside information.
I have some jazz music playing right now. Can anybody hear it? I'm also looking for on SoundCloud. Maybe that's indeed a better option.
Oh, there was also a question. What about Wooting 2? Will it have Linux support? Yes, actually, it will have Linux support. Right? I mean, the Wooting 1 has Linux support. The utility works on Linux, and that's a thing. I'm not sure how well the keyboard performs actually on Linux, but from my understanding, it's pretty decent. And Jeroen is also constantly improving the whole Linux part and side of things.
I'm just gonna keep it with this YouTube jazz. I found some stuff on SoundCloud, but I'll just keep that for another time. Because if we're gonna we can get copy striked already if this is this YouTube video counts as one. So.
Well, we tried that, and the copy strike doesn't really matter, right? It's just that we cannot run advertising.
No, it's just lame.
And that's our main income, advertising or reruns, watches of the live streams.
Erik is out of sync. I can't help that, I think, because Eric is actually running on my browser on Skype this time because I still have the same issue like always, but we have a better solution.
I could do a monthly show.
Well, that won't help. Oh, Tino. No, not Tino. Tin Foil Fox. I'm wearing my Wooting shirt right now. Gotta have my Wooting hype. I think you're one of the. Which one did he get again? There's a small Wooting logo on it, right? I think.
Mm-hmm.
This, I'm guessing it's you because you're one of the few. So you better feel unique, man. Nice.
It's even more rare than the Wooting One Kickstarter t-shirts, actually.
We don't use Discord call because we never tried the video call with Discord, actually.
Somebody said it last week also, right?
Yeah, true. Didn't even think about it.
Well, the thing is it's the same issue we probably have with Slack and Discord in general. It's because the server is here in somewhere in Germany, I guess, for all the Discord server we use. And I don't know if you have to have a decent connection, if you have like a video call over Discord from such a long distance.
I think most of the time our Discord servers in like Amsterdam or something. And if you call privately, yeah. Okay, so I already saw an interesting question about Visvest again. Visvest, no update right now. And we're still at the same stage. We haven't had the time to progress that. It's just been too hectic to arrange everything else first. So that's the status of Visvest. So, and in general, Wooting 2 does not come with Visvest. That would be the short answer. Yeah, by default. Yeah. All right. So today's stream, we're going to talk about a couple of things. We have that we're going to mark with Super Twitch marking stuff. Still haven't figured out if you can actually archive videos on Twitch, what I think is not possible. But we can rerun streams. Hey.
Yay.
We should rerun it for US. You know. What's my thinking?
We should actually rerun it 2 hours before the next live stream, because according to the schedule it says like every Friday at 1300.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, it's always between 1300 and 1500. It kind of depends on what kind of day it is. Either case, today's schedule.
So depends. How are we feeling?
Today's schedule is we just launched out the Kickstarter update, and we also sent out the Kickstarter survey to not to the majority, but to a minority of the Kickstarter backers as a test run first. So we'll be jumping in that. Then these last couple of weeks we've been really busy with different stuff, and the stuff that we can share, which is interesting but not interesting, is about the barcodes. And it sounds not interesting, but it is actually pretty interesting, okay?
Barcodes can be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But we'll get to it. We gotta go through all the science of barcodes and why they exist, and what we did with them.
Because that's just also part of the business, and we share as much as we can. So I thought today we can actually barcodes, something that we've been working on, Eric specifically, is a good idea to share. Okay, and that's kind of where we are at. There hasn't been a lot of change in the last 2 weeks other than that. So there is no other big point on this stream that we'll be talking about. Unless we missed something that you guys want to know more about.
Yes, we're always open for questions and stuff, so just shoot them in the chat, and then we will maybe pick them up if you feel like it.
Looks like Tino is a bit late to the table, because we did indeed just share about that. Barcodes are the big thing of this stream. No,
Let's
well,
hope
let's say
not.
that the Kickstarter part is a big part of the stream. Barcodes is like the bonus. But trust me, we're gonna make barcodes cool, okay? Barcodes are cool.
Beep.
Oh, Yusuf is asking, can you please tell me what the forum is about? So basically on Kickstarter, we need you place the pledge, but you still need to choose what kind of switch you want for your keyboard. And perhaps if you also bought a switch box, what kind of switch you want to have in the switch box. And you need to share your shipping address and all that kind of good stuff. And that's basically what the forum is. And it's called the Kickstarter survey. It's not gone out to everybody just yet. Okay, hold your horses. It's gone out to a select pledge levels first.
Only the cool people.
I should, yeah. I'm not gonna mention specifically to where it went then. All right. Casual Pete has a really great question for you, Erik.
Are you from Denmark, Eric? No, but interesting fact, I'm going to Denmark within 2 weeks. What a coincidence.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. I mean, I'm from the Netherlands, but Netherlands, Denmark, it's the same, right?
Actually, it is kind of.
Yeah.
From what I've from the times that I've been in Denmark, I was really looking for big differences.
No,
There's so many similarities. Yeah. Just when you go into somebody's, because I went to an Airbnb in Denmark, and then going like how they arranged their house and everything, that was quite different.
Weird furniture. That's what most people have there.
Good furniture. Okay.
Oh, well. Either case.
Yes. Let's get into the Kickstarter update part. Then we can start the first topic.
And it is barcodes.
No, barcodes yet. Should I mark this? Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, that's a thing you can do.
Yeah. Kickstarter update. Okay, you ready for the mark? We have to
Let's go.
and introduce it. Okay, go. 3, 2.
Kickstarter update. Woo!
Hey! This topic. Hello YouTube. This topic is about Kickstarter update. We marked it with Twitch, but it doesn't work in YouTube. But now we know where to mark it. Okay. So, about the Kickstarter update, it literally went out like an hour and a half ago. And it's very simple because there's not that crazy much to share yet. And it's been now 20 days in between since the Kickstarter ended up until this update.
Oh, another great thing. I think you probably weren't gonna mention this live stream, but we received the money from Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, yay!
Yes.
Oh hey, what are we doing here then?
I don't know.
Crap.
Should go
Let's
out.
cash
buying
out.
cars
Let's
and
go.
stuff, right? Cash out.
Forget this. Damn.
Should have done that, right? Well, we can still do it. I mean, we're not gonna. We're gonna do it.
So, when we get to, we shouldn't stop all the time for questions. We have to like space it. I know we have to do that. But are you guys planning to go to Canada at any point this or next year? So,
no.
Yeah, but are you going to give us a good reason to go to Canada? That's the question.
Well, if you can live there with all the Kickstarter money, I mean, that's a good reason to go to Canada.
Yeah, I do want to visit Canada. Just for only the fact already that a lot of stuff happens in Canada, actually. Have you noticed how many innovative companies come from Canada? It's really crazy balls. And YouTubers, by the way. There's enough YouTubers you can visit when you go to Canada. Okay, Kickstarter update. Let's see. So, oh my gosh, I was just thinking, if I'm going to talk about the Kickstarter update, should I show anything? Like the picture?
Yeah. I mean, it's also useful for the barcode stuff later on. Oh, we're hyping up the barcode thing way too much.
I'm going to use Jeroen as a space where we can show some imagery and stuff then.
That's good.
Okay.
I mean, nobody wants to see a sad face with a picture where he's still in Taiwan.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean,
give me a moment to set this up. We need to do some bullshit talking.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
10 minutes before stream, I was like, hey, we need some cool topics. And I was like, hey, shall we talk about QR codes? I was like, nah, we need to talk about barcodes. It's so interesting because each time before a stream, we well, in some cases we are well prepared and others we are less prepared. But most of the time we talk about what happened within the last 2 weeks and what's keeping us busy, you know. And even though a lot is happening, there isn't anything really interesting to talk about. So everything that really happened, which is interesting for people, is in the Kickstarter update already. Yeah, and the most thing that kept us busy was barcodes and finding a new system for serial numbers. So that's why I completely into the barcodes now. But on the other hand, I mean, same like last stream, tooling is already started and going on. So the Wooting 2 is still well on its way, and prototype packaging is also almost ready. So that's also pretty cool. Jonas did an update for the utility last week, right?
Oh, right. No, there's...
was 2 weeks ago.
The firmware update, and yeah, we had a firmware update, but I forgot if we talked about the... I think we talked about the firmware update in the last stream, because it released that time already. Did it then?
Yeah, I think it released last week, a week ago.
So was it a week ago? Anybody can help us check the announcements on Discord? Should be there. Okay, I'm not sure if this will be too small to show on the stream or not. I'm just gonna use Jeroen's space to show stuff on my browser. And I'm gonna be lazy about this. So we'll just see how that goes, okay? Can't really see if this is spaced right or not.
It's 2 weeks ago. That's when the update came out. July the 19th.
Okay, let's see how this will go, okay? There we go.
Hey, Thompson. Good afternoon.
Okay, let me move it around a bit. Okay, I was gonna give it a shot like this, okay?
Wow, it's mini.
Is it really mini? I don't know. Let me zoom in here. Zoom. Whoa. Holy crap.
Oh.
That was maybe a bit too much.
I mean, more like, maybe you should zoom out a little bit so you can see more of the screen. That would actually be better. Oh, no, never mind.
It's, is this really small?
This is doable.
Doable? Okay. Okay, it's going to be funny when we do the barcodes, because that's not on the Chrome browser. I don't know, I'll prepare something else for that. Yeah. Alright, okay, so here we have the Kickstarter update instead of Jeroen. So let's see. Oh, right, okay, so I thought it would maybe be interesting for this Kickstarter update to talk a little bit about what to expect, because like we don't have crazy much to share. It's still, everything is in process, so I thought maybe it's smart to show a bit how stuff works. And in the update you can see there's like 8 steps, if I'm right? Yeah, 8 steps to mass production. And we're now at step 3. Okay, so well, before the Kickstarter, we did step 1, which was making the concept drawings. Then we made prototypes, which is what by the time we had our first prototypes is when we started our Kickstarter. And then during the Kickstarter, we made some small adjustments to the prototype, which I'll show in a second. But after the final prototype, we can start making the tooling and the molds, which is like the most expensive investment you can make for this whole thing. Oh wait, let me pause here for a second. What? Next time it's gonna take some. Let me finish my shit. Okay. I have no idea what it's about.
Well, I can't imagine, but it's definitely interesting.
Oh, something second stream?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, whoop, that disappeared. That was not me, but anyway. So, damn. Whole stream interrupted by this guy. But I still don't have my second screen, by the way. Which really sucks. It still really sucks, okay? Every time, especially if Erik forces me to host a stream. It's just
that's the only time when you need a second screen, right?
That's when I needed it. Yeah, that's the only time I really need it.
But Jenny promised to do in Christmas. Now with all this Kickstarter money, you can buy 6 screens.
Unfortunately. Okay, anyway. So now we're at tooling and molds. The tooling and molds process. So they've already started making the tooling. I asked the manufacturer to show some pictures, but there was nothing to show yet because they're purchasing the materials right now. So
that's also a thing Carl and I talked about a few weeks ago. Was we never showed actual molds, for example, of the Wooting 1. Never in a video or never on an image, and
only showed how molds were made, like the process of making a bit,
but we never showed
but not the final one
mold.
or something. No.
So the next time Carl and you want to go to a factory and they have a chance to see the mold, we will show them. That's pretty cool. Okay, continue.
Now, I think what you could imagine when they're buying material, you should imagine they're buying this really big block of steel. Really big block. Well, I'm doing a bit too over. A big block of steel, okay, and then they're going to basically laser. I don't know how to call it because I think it's. I don't know what the process is called, to be honest. For when I went to that factory and I saw it, it almost looked like tasering, but it's almost like welding. That's what it looked like, but it literally burns through the steel, and it starts to create the shape of, in this case, the bottom case. Sorry?
Plasma cutting or something.
Plasma cutting. Oh, maybe, yeah. Sounds really cool. Let's stick with it. Plasma cutting. Okay. So, okay, anyway, so that's what they're doing for the bottom case, and for the top plate, they're doing something similar. But hopefully I'll have pictures in the next live stream when they're further down the process. Will be more interesting. But then we have packaging design, which Erik is. Oh my god, is this a commercial? YouTube commercial. Okay. Okay. Then we have packaging design, right? This is something Erik is already preparing right now because when doing packaging, there's always this, you can have like a final packaging design, but you always have to go through this sample process. You have to, every time you have some packaging and get a sample, and then there's always something wrong with the sample. You can easily
always, right?
Yeah, always.
You can do.
It's never perfect in one time.
It doesn't matter what you do. It's always wrong or bad the first time. Then you adjust it and it's like perfect. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. We had it also when we changed the Wooting 1 packaging, right?
Yeah. It's also my feeling. Sometimes they work like really illogical in China, especially with these kind of things, right? So we were waiting for a new plastic cover for the Wooting 1, for the new packaging and stuff. But I want to know how big I needed to make the box for the plastic cover to fit in. But they were like, no, just make the box and then we'll figure out how we put the plastic cover in. It's like, that's so weird to think about that way around, but that's how China works.
Yeah, but I would say it saves us trouble because we could, was it the plastic maker that makes
Yeah,
like,
sure.
he figures it out. Here's a sample, figure it out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
But then what happens already, you get the plastic thing back and it's like, oh, it's a little bit too high. Oh, this like holes here, it needs to be a bit more tight and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
but it always happens. Packaging is always a pretty long process.
It's just a trial and error process.
Yeah. So we're not living the high life with YouTube Premium. None of us. We're more living like the low life, with no subscriptions to anything. Okay, so then purchasing parts. So purchasing parts is mostly about purchasing all the components for the keyboard. So right now that would include also the bottom case and the top plate, which we cannot purchase yet because they need to be made. Everything that needs to be made to order, meaning we place the order and then they need to do a production and then they deliver it. Those things usually take like 20 to 30 days to make. But when it comes to something like a component on the PCB, all right, this is really about supply and demand. If that component is very high in demand, very few supply, it could take up to 3 months before you can have it, or longer, which is the most dangerous part, right?
Well, it's not dangerous. It's a thing where it can go terribly wrong if you don't prepare it well on beforehand, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Or you find out. Yeah, or suddenly, right? Some manufacturer tells you.
Disappear.
Let's say you receive 99% of all the stuff you need, and you're just missing the screws or something, right? And a manufacturer tells you, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We have some kind of issue with the blah blah. It will take another month before you get the screws." Yeah, you can't make a keyboard. No screws.
And another great thing about China is they can do everything, but there is a chance that you don't hear from anyone again. It's like, hey, we need these screws. Oh yeah, sure, we can deliver. Sure. In 2 weeks, yeah, sure. Then 3 weeks later, hey, where were screws? Oh, we couldn't deliver, sorry.
Oh, we had that with the testing machine stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So before, there's like before you actually purchase everything, but purchasing is something you want to arrange more beforehand so you know the lead times, you know when the last moment of purchasing could be. But before that time, you will do a small production called a trial production. There's like a special name for it if you're a project manager. I forgot what it is again. Of course, there's some kind of abbreviation, a special, name for it. But basically the idea is that you produce a very small quantity of the product you want to mass produce with all the components that you're going to use for mass production. And this will really tell you if there's any kind of tolerance issue or if there's going to be any kind of issue when you start producing in a bigger quantity, because when you make just per piece, there's a lot of stuff you can get away with. Once you start making in bulk, in masses, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. And every little issue will become a big issue. So that's why you have this trial production. And after trial production, you'll usually find out, okay, do I need to make any adjustments, or did anything go wrong, or I saw something can be improved. So this is like this final revision moment. And then you can start the mass production. And mass production, okay, it's funny, but the mass production itself, especially if we're doing 1K, right, can be done in 1 day.
Can it?
It kind of depends on how many steps you have and what the speed is. But I think for us, it will probably take 2 days if you take if you consider all the assembly, and at most 3 days, But it's done so fast, you're like, oh, well, okay. And then you should imagine that these type of factories, they're like, they want to keep their factory busy, right? So they want to keep producing these quantities. And if they can do like 1,000 piece in like 2 days, right? Crap, you know how much stuff you need to be producing like every day or every month to really keep your production line busy? Holy crap.
It's a lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So, alright, so that's when you get to, so that's when that's when you have mass production.
And then what's the next step?
Oh, well, then comes the whole logistics stuff and delivering it to your door. Oh.
Custom.
Different story.
Transportation.
Different story for another time.
Yeah.
So, about the final prototype, right? We only made 2 adjustments compared to the previous one. 2 major adjustments, and put it that way. So one is the space in between this whole space here and this whole space here, we reduced the size. It was a little bit too big, and we felt it had to be smaller, so we reduced the size, and the whole keyboard now is like a centimeter smaller in length.
No.
In total length.
Centimeters a bit.
No, I'm serious.
You serious? Yeah.
The whole keyboard is like a centimeter smaller now. Or maybe I'm wrong. I think it is.
I thought it was like I think we shorted like every 2 lines there with like 2 millimeters or something. So it was like 4 millimeters.
Okay, shit. Maybe I just remembered it wrong. Well, according to my theory on Kickstart update, it's 1 centimeter in total.
It's 1 centimeter. But it doesn't even matter.
I forgot what it was. Like the prototype came in like last week already somewhere. Anyway, the other part that we changed is on the plate, the top plate. You can see that there's like these 2 screw holes here at the space bar, and it used to be that this stabilizer was right here above the switch, and that also meant that if you wanted to take out the stabilizer without unscrewing the keyboard, you couldn't, because the screws are blocking it. So we flipped it around, and now you can just take out all the stabilizers without any screws being in the way.
Such an innovation.
Innovation.
Just to clarify, this is like the bottom of the top plate. That's why it looks weird, I guess. Yeah.
Alright, and then finally we sent out the Kickstarter survey, but we went over that part. And just to clarify one thing is, when we sent out the survey, we ask you which switches you want, but we're not asking you which one you want installed on your keyboard. And the sole reason for that is so that we can keep some flexibility in what kind of keyboards we produce, so we can optimize production itself. We don't want to have this one Nordic keyboard with black switch that needs to be produced, or maybe there's only like 5 of them or something.
Well, we'll figure it out. Maybe if all the total numbers, we can do the math and crunch the numbers, and we can optimize everything. Yeah.
Right. That's that is the Kickstarter update. Yeah. And now let's do some questions. No questions. The whole chat and questions ended already.
Everybody shouted. Well, I saw something from our good friend Presso. They could show us receipts for the materials, of the materials. It's more of like a
receipt of the material. To prove that it's being bought. That's like, you have to ask the manufacturer that makes the molds.
I think it's more of like, because he's interested in
the cost.
How much it will cost to produce a Wooting 2. I mean, I think people already have like a complete, even if we say exactly how much it costs, people will still be like, total shock. So I guess it's best to avoid it.
Yeah.
It's like 50 cents.
If you the bill of materials, yeah, is what you'd be looking for. But,
but the thing is, there are so many costs extra on top of that, so you will get like a complete wrong image. Yeah.
Oh, I know one. Is usually what you do, because this is company information, okay, but to give like an idea of how it usually works with a lot of products on the market, is that you can take the product end price and divide it by 5 or 4, and that will be the actual cost of the materials, okay? That's like in a more extreme case, okay? Then you get into the lower tiers, you can divide it by 3. So most of the time electronics are kind of divided by 3. And if you're doing a real good job, you can do 4. And then you have us, where I'm not gonna say with how much you can divide it, but it's lower than that, okay? Does that give indications enough? Which is...
You can actually say the number also, but...
No, but I mean, meaning is that our cost is very high versus industry average. That's the point.
But, I guess the one sole reason why our cost is probably higher than competitors is because we don't do runs of 10K at a time.
Oh, that makes a big difference also, yeah.
If you compare it to a Logitech, for example, or Razer, I mean, they also have more leverage to get the material cost and production cost lower than us. But yeah, so if we would sell like 10K keyboards a month, and let's say we would produce 40,000 keyboards each quarter, I mean, sure, then we can maybe divide it by 5. Don't we need though? We'd be so rich.
Well, I think especially once we get in, if we can do like 5,000 a time, is when we really start to like drastically decrease costs. Every
I think
1K
we can probably
more.
hit the divided by 3 if we can produce 5K a batch. Yeah.
Yeah, but I already know is that because the price levels we are right now are about 1K, but definitely the price levels in general, like if you just don't look in general bill of material, but if you just look in general for everybody's bill of material, when you're at 1K production, that's when you're at your, let's say, your highest price, and every 1K on top of that, there's like this drastic decrease in cost. But then it quickly starts to plateau slowly, and the drastic decrease in cost in the first extra couple of Ks is because of how much you can save with packaging, okay, and how much you can save with these really small components on the PCB,
and buying in bulk, you know, and also like production cost itself, because if you let's say hire a factory for 2 days,
itself becomes cheaper also.
Yeah.
Everything becomes cheaper, but in the beginning there's like a much more drastic drop, and at one point you reach this kind of like leverage point, or not leverage point. It has a different name, but it doesn't cap, but it does cap, but it significantly decreases in cost savings at a certain amount. Okay. What am I on about? So yeah, please help us make us big as a Logitech, as a SteelSeries or Razer, right? Then we can produce like 10K a month, and then we can earn like product price divide by 8 or something.
Well, I thought about it, but if everybody just, instead of buying 1 keyboard, just buys like 10 keyboards, then it's a done deal, right?
Yeah,
just don't be scared, guys.
Oh, so Bonston says it here. Are you guys benefiting from economies of scale yet? So that's actually okay. It's good that you mention that, because this is exactly what we're talking about, economies of scale, and we are not. To just put it very plain, the only way we're benefiting from economies of scale is that we can produce just enough to produce it in the way we produce it, meaning we make a mold, right? And otherwise, if we would do a much lower quantity, we'd have to use different production methods, which you have much higher cost per piece, but you can do lower quantities. So I think economies of scale, hopefully 2019. Hopefully 2019. Because basically with the way we produce things and the way these type of keyboards are produced, 1K is like peanuts. It's like a starting, and we're not moving 1K a month or something. That would be crazy.
That would be pretty neat though.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. What's up, guys? I posted an issue with my Wooting 1 with the RGB randomly activate a light show, like a rave party. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I saw this. Was that on Discord? Because I think I linked you and to check it out. But I don't know.
He still has to wake up.
Yeah, I don't know if it ever got followed up. He definitely doesn't remember it by now anymore. The best way to do this kind of issue, because this issue is very unknown, as in we've never encountered it before, so it's very hard to quickly fix on Discord. And Discord is really about, at the spot fixing it. And sometimes you have more of a follow-up, but it doesn't really happen. So the best way to fix this is by email. Because then there will be a ticket, and then the issue will be pending and gets a decent follow-up.
Yes. So please send it to social@Wooting.nl.
Yes.
I'll look into it.
Makes me think, by the way. Can I be a little bit salty?
Sure.
Am I allowed to be salty from the chat?
No.
Chat, am I allowed to be salty? Let me see if I can find the page.
Uh-oh. Carl as well something, guys, and he really has to discuss this with you.
No, well, no.
You guys didn't behave.
Damn, I don't want to, how am I going to go in there quickly? Okay, there was this Reddit post. Okay, who knows Final Mouse? Let me start with that.
I know.
Okay.
Final Mouse is the sickest, best mouse ever, right?
So just to get one of their mice here. So it's also, I'm being salty and I'm helping them advertise their mouse. So, so it's still going to be a win-win situation. I can be salty, they can advertise their mouse. This is the Final Mouse, okay? This one costs $70. I think there's like a more expensive version also, which is like $90. Anyway, besides the point, okay? For the mouse itself, for what it's offering compared to other mice on the market, it's a competitive mouse, as in it's also aimed at using for competitive environment, blah blah blah. That's not the point. The point is that it had a real hype. A lot of people got the mouse, and I just feel so disappointed when this kind of company moves so much of the mice, but has this kind of issue. I'm gonna just open it here. Okay. This is just to be salty about, okay? So people that are really into mice also change the cord with a bungee jump cord, so it's more light and smooth to move and everything. And in either case, his scroll wheel died on his Final Mouse, and that's like within a couple of weeks. And apparently, it's not the first time. There's other people also, of which scroll wheel died on them. And just to be fair, okay, scroll wheels dying, right? Scroll wheels dying is a very, I think it's a very common thing that can happen to mice in general, okay? So I don't want to be salty about the fact that the scroll wheel dies or anything like that. I think that's all okay. I just feel too bad about people commenting here is that their support, nobody of their support really follows it up, and it kind of feels like everybody's just left in the dark when they're having these kind of issues. And I want to be salty because I feel a bit annoyed that a small company like this makes this kind of mouse, makes it for the community, but apparently their customers, and for a premium price, but their support and customer service is apparently very disappointing. And that's what I want to be salty about. And I feel that's ridiculous. That's the thing I just wanted to mention.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, especially as a small company, it can be very difficult to answer all customer stuff and do support stuff, because it takes a lot of time, and it also costs a lot of energy, even though it's only probably replying to an email or sending out a message.
Publicly commenting and addressing the issue, for example,
Yeah, well, I guess as a small company, you should really do it, because you need to build up trust and belief and faith within your community and within your products or peripherals. Yeah, but if you don't do it, it's a bad thing. I mean, sure, the wooden ones aren't perfect, but if there's an issue, we always try to fix it as soon as possible or send out a new product if that's necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but then again, we're cool, right?
Well, I mean, there's also, of course, the difference where we place a very high priority on it and try to be on top of it. And for them, it might be different. But still, I feel this really shines a bad light on smaller companies in general, because of them not offering the support that you would have expected for the price of the product, right? And especially for it being a smaller company, which you have like brand trust issues, it also shines a bad light on other smaller brands where people would say, the next time I buy a mouse, in this case, I'm not going to buy it from this kind of brand anymore. I'm just going to get it from Logitech, for example, or from Razer, or from SteelSeries, or something like that. So that's the part that really like kind of pisses me off. I'm being a bit too over. It doesn't piss me off. It just makes me feel frustrated. That's the word. Yeah.
I thought you were just going to complain about scroll wheel, because it's also the last computer, just like every keyboard scroll wheel. Hey, this is shitty, that's shitty.
No, yeah, well, hey, that's a whole other topic, okay? I have a really big opinion about scroll wheels, and I really don't understand why all these stupid mice makers still have this freaking scroll wheel issue, and why this is not being used as a unique selling point, why this is not being fixed, and why this even can happen.
Logitech has pretty neat scroll wheels, to be honest.
Yeah, yes, but no. I have a Logitech mouse right here, okay? G403. Since day one, it already has, like, you scroll down, and sometimes you can notice it will scroll one tick up. Here, it just did it. Did you see that? I was scrolling up, and it was like, whoop, whoop. It just did it.
All this ringing the system.
That's #1 mouse seller on the market. Can't get scroll wheel right,
And
so
if we ever make a product with a scroll wheel, but it's a headset, keyboard, mice, or whatever, it will be like the best scroll wheel ever. Calder guarantees it.
It frustrates me so much. And as far as I can remember, every one of my mice had some type of scroll wheel issue. I remember I had a Rocket mouse. That was the worst. Like, I would have the jumping back with every scroll I did. And that was also a known issue with older mice. It really pisses me off. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
See, I already see here, same issue with the G700s. Oh, I'm not following chat very well.
Okay, let's go to Youssef. Ordered Wooting 1 by mistake, cancelled it, succeeded, wanted a numpad. I was shocked seeing it was only the 4 of you, and I thought it was a company like Razer. Lol. Yeah. I mean, we're super professional with the 4 of us.
No, but that
But then
actually
again, we
this
work
is
for
an
like 5
example.
people, so
But this is a perfect example where the company that makes this mouse, okay. I don't know how many people they have, but look, even if you have 3 or 4 people in your company, you can still offer great customer service, right? So, and to be fair, okay, they sold a lot of these mice. How can you not have the budget to support customer service?
well, we also sold a lot of keyboards, but we still don't have budget for
Well, I
customers.
think but in contrast to this mouse, $70. I know what kind of cost this type of mouse has, right? There's a lot to be earned there. You're total shitting me if you don't have the budget to do some decent customer service.
But I also must be honest, like we handle the 3 of the 4 of us, we handle most cases customer service wise. But we also couldn't do it with the Wood help on Discord and the community on Discord, because those people help out a lot, and without them it would take us at least an hour or 2 extra a day doing customer service. So
Quinn hit the nail. They need to get some interns. Can get more purple guys in Discord.
just
like
purple guys, that's the
No, but it's very true what Erik just said. I mean, that definitely helps a lot because that saves us from Discord, being on Discord all the time.
I'm going to grab a glass of water, I want to say.
What grinds my gears, Calder edition? You know what? I think I can do a very well what grinds my gears, because there's a lot of stuff that grinds my gears. I can get really salty about a lot of stuff if I open myself up to it. Otherwise we would also not have a Wooting keyboard right now, I guess. Scroll that has grinding feeling. So let me just say one more thing about mice, okay? Let me say one more thing about mice is what is it? Oh yeah, scroll wheel, right? So scroll wheel is always an issue with these type of mice, and it's always been the same since forever. I mean, I don't know how your scroll wheel experience has been, Erik.
Well, I used a SteelSeries Rival like a year ago or something. I didn't really like the scroll wheel, but it was okay. Then I got the Z-mouse, and that scroll wheel is also sort of okay, and I'm sort of noticing that it isn't perfect, or far from perfect. But I also used it's like the cliche Logitech designer mice, like a wireless one, which is bigger, and it also has like a magnetic scroll wheel where you can like scroll fast and it keeps on gliding, or you can like move slow the pedals.
Kind of the lock thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's I guess that would be the best scroll wheel I felt in all my life.
Yeah, remember what is it? The office versions of the Logitech, like the more premium office versions of the Logitech mice that have that special scroll wheel where you can have affinity scrolling also.
Yeah. I mean.
Have you ever experienced Abomination? That's the Apple Mighty Mouse. I think that's a whole different kind of story. But that's like an ergonomics issue, in my opinion, not necessarily a function issue, other than Bluetooth, other than the whole Bluetooth stuff also. But that's Bluetooth, that the Mighty Mouse ergonomics is total shit, to just be very plain. Wait. There was one thing I wanted to mention more. Best scroll is G502. Well, I think the 502 has like the same scroll as like the whole G lineup. I can't imagine have a different scroll wheel on each of them. So you're probably gonna hit some kind of similar issues at one point. There's one more thing I wanted to mention about scroll wheels. Remember those times in a game, right? In shooter games, where you're running around and suddenly your character decides to swap weapon or change equipment because somehow your scroll wheel was activated. You know, obviously the best thing to do is just disable the whole scroll wheel, change weapons in your settings. But but come on, I mean, what the hell? Okay, so that's my my mice round. Okay, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff that can be done better with mice in general, I guess. But this is one of those things that I feel so obvious. Right. See,
Okay, now let's go to the most excited part of the whole stream, what everybody's waiting for since the beginning.
Winky has already a lot of experience with different mice. I'm happy that he he knows what I'm talking about. Okay, sorry. So I should stop being salty now.
We should just produce scroll wheels. That's it, right?
Well, when it comes to making a Wooting mouse, I would because of this, because I see this, right? And let me put it different words. I saw Final Mouse coming out. I see everybody raving on Reddit on the mouse. I'm following the mice Reddit, okay? It's kind of like Mechanical Keyboards Reddit, but then for mice. I follow it a lot because I'm trying to educate myself more and more about what other people's opinion are and what makes a perfect mouse, right? And I see everybody raving about the Final Mouse because of its weight. And I'm just looking at the mouse, I'm like... huh? I mean, I can get it, you know, but then... but then this kind of stuff comes up, and I'm even more like...
It's a shame, right?
It's such a shame. Especially since they've been selling mice before, and especially this is not like the previous mice would have also had this issue. Just like this, okay? Okay. Mice, where do they hide the screws of the mice, right? No, they hide the screws of the mice underneath the gliders because it could be aesthetically pleasing, I guess. You know, you want to hide the screw holes and everything. Mm-hmm. But dude, especially for mice like Final Mouse, right? You're focused on people that are really into mice, looking for the best performance, and most likely will mod the mouse, right? So they will definitely open up the mouse. Why would you hide the screws underneath the gliders? Because that means you need to take off the gliders, you fuck up, you screw up the glue, right? You're taking the whole thing apart. You need to put it back together again. You know, it doesn't stick as well anymore, and all this kind of stuff.
Okay, now it's done.
Okay, now it's done. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, there's no Wooting mouse coming out soon, but
I was just hyping up the Wooting mouse. I mean, I've got like a little teaser here.
So now announcing.
Let's start the video.
Introducing. No, there's no Wooting mouse. There's no Wooting mouse. But this definitely
is way too easy for us. I mean, you just like 2 buttons, scroll wheel, and that's it, right? Needs to have a laser up. It's nothing excited about. Like a keyboard, that's difficult, you know, because you have like 110 keys for the Wooting 2, and it's 110 things can go wrong. Making mice is easier. It's below our fears. Okay.
Oh, we do have a buyer already, Eric. For our imaginary Wooting mouse that's not on that doesn't exist yet.
Oh, we could start pre-orders right away, right? And maybe we'll come with people.
No, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye. I mean, I'm keeping an eye on mice in general. Just like okay. This is this is not like being salty. Just like this bungee cord stuff, right? That pink cord that people want to have like a bungee cord because it's so light and smooth, right? Why isn't that already on the mouse then? Like, why do people need to mod it themselves if that's such a big thing?
Why don't we have bungee cord on a keyboard?
Well, you don't. Well, I don't know what you do with your keyboard, but I'm definitely not moving it around all the time. So the whole idea of the bungee cord is that okay. So the whole idea of the bungee cord is that it's really flexible, really light, and really smooth. So it doesn't give any drag and everything. Okay. I'm closing it down. There we go.
We should start a new channel like Real Mouse Talk or something and just talk about mice all day long. Okay, finally exciting. Okay.
Oh, here we got the question that I thought we would already get on Kickstarter comments. Haven't received any serve there. They're still going out. Okay, anyway. So.
Okay, Razor, if you're watching, you will get it soon.
Most bungees suck if you use a large mouse pad. Well, Dorinky, if we're ever going to make a mouse, you'll definitely be one of the beta testers for the mouse to give feedback.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next part we hyped up so much about the barcode that I don't even know exactly what I'm going to say, but.
Well, let me get some pictures. I need to create a studio environment for this.
Let's start with serial numbers, right? I mean, under each Wooting one, there's a unique serial number, and it says something about the product, when it's being produced, what type of keyboard it is, and so if you have an issue with your keyboard, you can send us a serial number, we can track it, and we can see if it's like an isolated thing or that the whole batch was maybe screwed up because of a certain issue. So it's very useful to have a serial number and also to track RMA. So let's say somebody has an issue with their lights, for example, and they send the keyboard back, and we fix it and we send the keyboard back again. The person still has the same keyboard with the same serial number, but now the issue is fixed. And we can sort of make a record or an archive how many times a keyboard broke or if something went wrong with it and from what batch they came. And what a lot of different companies also do, and which we hadn't done before, is that you also track the serial number on beforehand. So instead of only having the serial number underneath the keyboard, you have a serial number on the master box where the keyboard is in, and on the keyboard packaging itself, also a serial number with a barcode. So when a product's being sold, that serial number is being scanned, and the EN code, for example, where it stores like the data of the product in. So then you can already track like what serial number each user would have, so where all your keyboards end up in the world. We never did it because we never felt it was necessary and a bit overkill, but now looking back to it, it's also pretty cool to know which keyboards are where in the world. And if, let's say, Quinn has an issue with his keyboard, he can just send us a mail and we exactly know which serial number he has and what product he has, and we can start a log from there, and that's pretty cool. So that's why we decided to also include the serial numbers on the outside of the box. And I guess another thing that's really a sort of convenient that comes with it, it's sort of more thief proof. So let's say somebody has a keyboard and it has a certain serial number, but one of our batches got stolen. So they're like, hey, this batch of serial numbers got stolen. And we can maybe track it easier. Hey, how did you get to this keyboard and why do you have a stolen keyboard? So that's pretty, that's just a cool thing we can track now. With the next production run, to be honest, and probably the Wooting 2 also. So we know which serial numbers ended with to which people.
I'm trying to get preparing the pictures, but it doesn't. Window sharing doesn't work with pictures apparently. I'm getting a black screen, so give me a sec. I have another idea.
Upload everything to Drive.
No, my God. Oh well, that's actually not a bad idea. But no. I have another one.
Okay. Well, the keyboard, we don't hard code the serial number in the firmware.
Wait. You're saying that, Erik?
Wait. I'm saying it, but we don't do it. But we're experimenting with it at the moment.
Oh, okay. That's true.
So
It is supposed to happen though.
it will be a lot easier for us if there's like the serial number also printed within the keyboard itself somehow, or in the firmware itself. I think that you cannot override, so you can always track it. And what's like a really cool thing is like my girlfriend, she bought a Kindle Paperwhite a while back via Amazon. And the cool thing is she opened the packaging, she turned the device on, and you only had to connect to Wi-Fi, and then it said like, "Hey Simone, welcome to your new Kindle," and everything. So because it had a real premium feeling to it, you know, like, hey, this company recognizes me without me setting up anything. It already knows like, hey, this device belongs to me. So how cool it would be if you open the utility and you can see like your own name, like, hey, Branson, welcome to the Wooting family, and you can maybe do RMA stuff even via the utility, because we can see the serial number already from out the keyboard. So. Yeah,
I think you also scared the shit out of some people, right?
Yeah, that's why we're sort of careful with it, and that's why we're not implementing it without announcing it first big, and we're not gonna probably not force it onto, because we first have to test like what people think about it. If you have a serial number cooked in your firmware, because maybe then it feels that you're sacrificing privacy. But the only thing we know is like, hey, you bought this serial number to this keyboard, and that's it. It's not like we activate our keyloggers then. That's like a scheme for a few years where we sold more.
Coming next year.
Yeah, it's like with the Wooting 4 and we sold 100,000 keyboards, then it's useful to collect credit card information and passwords. But for only like 5k people, it's who cares?
Well, the thing also is with serial numbers in general, it's not like it's it's optional. So don't be scared. We're not tracking anyone through the keyboards or via the internet, and if we ever do, we will first check what the community thinks about it. So that's why I want to say we don't track it, but we're searching into ways how we can track it, and if you find a way, we will tell it to everyone. And if nobody likes it, or only like 10% likes it, we're not gonna do it, right? I mean, it's also sort of integrity, and yeah. But the whole Kindle experience, I really liked it. But now why we now include the serial number on the boxes and know to which user a certain serial number goes. It's just to make RMA easier on the user side and on our side. That's the that's the biggest convenient. But what does this have to do with barcodes? Corporate lies. Okay, so I'm transitioning now. Okay. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, okay, but who cares?
Okay.
It brings over.
Okay.
It brings. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Well. Okay.
Okay.
These are some examples.
So this is pretty cool. We just go back one picture. The one with the serial number, the one that goes outside on the keyboard box. The picture. That's a really cool picture to show. Not sure if it's on screen because
I'm just reading comments now because I couldn't read it before.
Oh.
I can't wait to get Turbo Sap's credit card. That will help a lot with the things I was just doing. That second screen. So I don't mind.
Okay, so what you can still see on screen is like the sticker that goes underneath the keyboard. And you can see the model number there on top, and there's also like an S/N number, that's then the serial number. That's like for each keyboard, the serial number is unique. And the most important things we can track out of it is like where it's being produced, on what date it's being produced, and what kind of keyboard is being produced, and the number in the whole series that is being produced. That's like the most useful information we can get out of a serial number.
Yeah.
And just if you show the other picture color with the barcodes.
This one's for the box. Oh, wait,
yeah.
This one is for the box.
Okay, so for the outside of the box, but you can see like there are two stickers, one on the right side, the smaller one, you can already find it on your current keyboard box, but then a little bit different. It's just like a redesign of it. It's more slim and compact and it's placed somewhere else that's more convenient logistic wise. And there you can see like, hey, it's a Wooting 1, it's a red US ANSI layout, and there you see like our SKU number. And that's sort of the number how we index certain keyboards, so we know like, hey, this SKU belongs to this product. And in this case that like basic one, so basic Wooting 1, US2, red keyboard 001, and the last 001 are for iterations of the PCB or exterior, but we didn't have to use it so far. So and then on the right side you can see another barcode, and that's the EN13 barcode. And I've written this down. So the EN13 barcode is an international article number barcode provided by GS1.
Small pause here, okay? I was just getting when you were starting to introduce it like that, I felt like we were at elementary school and you're doing like a whole presentation on barcodes.
Yeah, but this is like really cool. So the thing is, it's being used for well, an EN number is unique. So we bought these numbers because you have to buy these numbers from a company called GS1, and they're like the complete owners of all these EN13, or in American you have like UPC-8 barcodes. They are the owner of it. We had to buy them from them, and then we can use them for as long as we pay them the rent, you know. And as soon as we stop paying them, we're not allowed to use them anymore.
Also to clarify is that these EN, I guess this is 13, right?
Yes, this is 13.
Yeah, so 13 stands for an amount of numbers, and but the whole point of these EN numbers is also that once that your product has a unique number, right? Yeah. So there can't be like another product from somebody else with the same number.
Well, they can. That's illegal, probably.
Yeah, but that's illegal. So the whole point is then that if sometimes in a country, for example, there's like this unified. Often there's like a unified database for certain product industries. Like I know for the bicycle industry, for example, there's just like this unified database with all the EN codes with all the products, right? And it's different for every industry how that exactly goes to work, but as soon as there's like a new product being scanned for the first time and information is entered, it goes into the database. So that means that whenever anybody else, never before, bought this product for resale, in this case, scans the EN code, it can get that data from the database and knows, hey, this is a Wooting 1 keyboard, etc. And otherwise, at best, what it will do, at the very minimum, what it does is make sure that there is no other product in your inventory. This is specifically for fulfillment centers, warehouses of a lot of different products that has the exact same barcode. So that way you always know when I scan this barcode, it's that unique product.
Yeah, and I'm not going into detail how barcodes work or why they work in a certain way. But the cool thing about EN codes, like whether you have an EN8, an EN16 or an EN13 code, where EN13 is the most used for products sold to consumers. The cool thing is there's sort of an algorithm that sort of checks if via a mathematical thing, if the code is legit, and that's pretty cool. And that's why almost all cash registers and all these things can scan it and knows exactly what kind of product it is. That's pretty cool. And then we go to the other barcode on the left side, and that's sort of the new serial number barcode.
Oh wait, sorry.
And yeah. The cool thing about that one, it isn't EN, it's called code 128. And there are like different things you can use for like product registry. And one thing is also you can use, for example, EN 128.
Oh, oops. I forgot it was screen capture. Where's my second screen? Your face is stuck. No, I didn't close Skype. That's the thing. It's here. Eric's, can you close and open your camera, Eric?
Who, me?
Yes. So, yeah, I don't know why your screen is stuck. Yeah, now it's working again. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I keep accidentally doing this. Okay.
Okay, sick. Okay. The thing is, we
Get
searched
that
like,
money, Turbo.
okay, what codes can we use for serial numbers? Because a serial number, we could just buy EN128 serial numbers, so the more unified. A big downside is we cannot put specific information in that barcode. Then let's say we buy each barcode for each product, so it's unique from this GS1 company. A thing is, we cannot have our own system on it. You know, like I said, like the whole serial number consists of a system where we can exactly trace when and where it's being produced and to who it went, the keyboard. So let's say we get like these random numbers as a serial number for each keyboard. We sort of have to keep a database between this, between like what's happening. So that's why we didn't went for an EN128 barcode system, but we went for a code 128 or code 128 barcode system. And a cool thing about this barcode system, it's not super retail proof, but it's sort of standardized in a retail, but not 100% like Ian. And there is like an owner from it, and you can just bullshit in whatever you want. So you can mix text with, just like text like A to Z with numbers 0 to or 1 to 0 or 0 to 9, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool system for us to use this type of barcode to track serial numbers along the way. And now the thing is, so let's say you buy a keyboard from our web shop. We receive the order, we send the order to our logistics center in the Netherlands or US, and then it's their job to like scan the serial number so we know which serial number goes to which user. And that's pretty cool.
But if how far we are able to do that in practice, that's a different question. That's well, like for instance with Amazon, it's possible. I don't think it's possible in our Dutch warehouse, but no. But we made the system, we put it in place. It's not a just in case anymore necessary. It's more like, well, it is a just in case. We put in this system where we now have this option, and at the very, very least, like right now, we're already able to identify keyboards based on the serial number sticker on the keyboard. But but now with this serial number on the outside of the box, and also on the master box, would be easier. It would be easier to track the whole. Well, hopefully in the future to track the whole ride from start till end. So then also when you get into a situation where maybe somebody has a keyboard that they are not supposed to have. For example, it's like I don't know. My God, I can't think of a really good situation right now, but
well, we cannot track like if you like exactly where it's located IP wise or if it's a user something. It's just like we know like, hey, this person bought this keyboard. That's the only thing we know.
But we know, for example, this one. This is a very useful one for us already. When a reseller or a distributor sells our keyboard, and a end user has a problem with the keyboard and contacts us, and we see from this serial number, it was sold by whatever reseller, then we at least know it wasn't bought from our store. So we also know, because what we try to do when it's bought from our own store is try to optimize user experience as much as possible. Make sure that you understand the keyboard as much as possible, and you don't need to contact us. But when it's bought from a reseller, maybe something happened, and it was a issue caused by the reseller. So maybe keyboard arrived with whatever damaged packaging or something like that, or you name it. We can at least know where did the keyboard come from.
Let's go over Jeroen's concern about the small barcode. And I printed the small barcode like on actual paper with a crappy printer. And I used like an app on my phone to scan the barcode, and I could fully read the barcode. And I guess in practice it will be printed at a higher resolution with a dot or matrix printer. I'm not sure, whatever it is. So the lines are more straight and it's more contrasty. And if you read it with a proper barcode scanner, it's also probably more capable of reading barcodes than an iPhone 5S. So I'm pretty confident that this barcode will work in practice. And I think you can even go twice as small and still make it work perfectly. Because in medical, for example, you have like, sometimes it's like mini QR codes or like tiny barcodes on a product, and they're still readable by the scanner. So yeah.
Google Landscape. Well, I don't think you can read it from the stream. That's a different type of issue.
Well, I guess if you go full screen.
Is that like a hint?
Oh, no, well,
I mean, I can cover, like, I can do it for a minute. Get out your phones, okay? Here we go.
Well, no, I think if somebody opens the stream full screen and your and your screen isn't like terrible, now.
It's blurry, though.
Wait, I even removed the app I used.
Okay. Everybody, like, some people are jumping into live stream, huh?
It's like, whoa, what's this? Scan it.
What's this?
Scan it.
It's the most interesting stream ever. I can't see chat also, so.
I guess chat is trying hard.
Oh wait, what am I doing? Let me also do this. This is also, oh shit. This is also a screenshot, so. Okay, I'm gonna do this for 5 seconds. 5 more seconds. 5.
Wait. I'm now installing a different app to see.
We're installing app phase.
Okay. I'm now scanning it. Will it work? That's the question. Well, for me it worked.
Alrighty.
So that's yeah. Well, maybe not every barcode scanner can read code 128. That could also be a thing. Ooh,
That's
my
true.
face is bad. Did my camera hang
Nice.
again?
Yeah, you need to do your camera again. Nice.
Okay. So, and then we also have the barcodes on master box, so we know in each master box how many or what keyboards are in a master box.
Just to quickly jump on God's Dreams, am I saying that right? This is the sticker on the keyboard box, so this will be the sticker on the keyboard itself, on the bottom of the keyboard itself, which is different from what it is now because this is printed at the factory now instead of that's why it's all white here, so it's you can print it with a barcode printer or whatever it's called. Yeah. Then it would be the stream resolution indeed. Phrase.
So yeah, again, let's not put on our tinfoil hats. It's not that we can track everything you type or know exactly when the keyboard's in use, or we're not at that stage yet.
Yet? Oh!
No, we just
that's not.
It's more for RMA usage and knowing where keyboards go and where keyboards are at the moment, and it's convenient for a system.
Yeah, I mean, even with the serial number inside the firmware, it doesn't say anything in the end. As in, it doesn't make the difference. Only when I'm saying it, I'm thinking.
No, well, the only thing that can be used for is like, so let's say there is an issue or something, and you send a log to us. We know, like, hey, the log came from this keyboard, and maybe there's an issue with which happened in that series or something. And we will never judge people based on the serial number.
Except we'll know all your dirty secrets. No, it doesn't work like that. So anyway, we can just you should see that also as a beautiful thing, because now every keyboard is it isn't just that there's a sticker on the bottom of the keyboard which is like a unique number, and you can just remove the sticker and all of a sudden it's anonymous. Now each keyboard is like a unique. Now each keyboard
It's like
is like
finding the number from a gun, you know.
Yeah.
Remove the stick.
Yeah. Now you can use it for illegal stuff. No, but now every keyboard is literally unique. As in, when you get your keyboard, it's your little baby, and it's unique in every way. It's unique from outside and inside. So, in that way, also, when you right, and if we will do that or not, we have no idea yet, right? If you would register your SN number, right, it also links you with your keyboard, your baby. So, you know.
And we can judge you if you break our baby.
Yeah. We'll also know how many of our babies you broke. And we don't have to go by name anymore. Because we tell you even on the keyboard, take good care of her. Huh? Rip eBay. Well, okay. Well, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
If you sell the keyboard, we know you are selling it.
Yeah.
We're coming to get you.
Well,
so it's also complete DRM proof.
Yeah.
Only
I
you
mean,
can type in it, nobody else.
When it comes to selling it secondhand, we know when to send you email that we're so disappointed. No. We'll only know if the other guy actually contacts us and says, hey, there's a problem with the keyboard. No, then even it's still a question. But actually when we do this serial number stuff, is actually also a moment when we can start doing some more cool stuff, including warranties, for example. You know?
Like void them all.
Yeah, no, well, like, what we don't want, for example, is you have like these PC components, right? They tell you, oh, if you register on our website, if you register your product on our website, you get this warranty, blah, 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 extension or whatever, right? Really annoying, okay? But it can be as simple as you just, first time you use the Wooting, or at any point you're using the Wooting, you say, hey, this is my SN code, and now we know which serial number we have. We also know we don't need a receipt or invoice or anything like that, because we know this is your keyboard. So at any point, if there's a problem with your keyboard, we also know exactly when you got it, and what kind of issues you had before, and how we can help you the fastest. And it also means, warranty-wise, there's only what warranty for keyboards right now is how long? 2 years?
Well, depending on where you live, some keyboards have 1 year in US, but overall in Europe it's 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So that can, I mean, it's not there, right? But we can challenge the idea, warranty for keyboards, why 2 years, right? Why is it not 5 years? That's how long it should be working, right? Except for LED lights, okay? LED lights this is just from knowing from other keyboard makers, right? If a keyboard fails, most of the time it's going to be an LED light thing. Until so far, we haven't had any broken LEDs, right? The right side LED light switching off, that was not a hardware issue, as in the LED lights broke or something like that. It was totally different.
Like a LED drive or LED issue. It was a different issue. So yeah.
So it's still going to be like, okay, maybe until so far we're at 1 year now, right? No LED issues yet. So let's see what happens next year. But the keyboard itself and its functionality, right, should last for a long time. So
It should be pretty durable, yeah. So maybe one day we'll extend it to 5 years. That would be pretty cool though.
Yeah, I mean, nobody else does it, right? Okay, so
First we have to wait for 5 years, then we're going to announce it. So now from this day on, it's like 1 year warranty, next year we have 2 years, after the year we have 3 years. Until we hit the 5. Yes. Yeah, that's the thing we also thought about. It's like because on the Switches itself and everything, it should last way longer than 2 years. But the problem is most time LEDs and yeah. So maybe we do a 2-year LED warranty and then 50 years more.
Pasta has a good one, yeah. Let's do a warranty for every separate part, okay?
Yeah, we're going to sell the Switches separately. We're already selling the Switches separately, to be honest.
Yeah.
Are we? Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It's in pre-order right now. If you go,
Oh yeah, pre-order.
yeah. No, wait. You go to the Wooting 2 pre-order page. There's also Switches available for purchase. It's also in pre-order. It will deliver at the same time as the Wooting 2 delivers. If we're able to deliver Switches earlier, separate ones, then we will. But it's most likely going to deliver at the same time as the Wooting 2. Let's see.
If I'm reading, this extension is only available up to the 5th of August 2018. So it's the last weekend we can get this sweet deal.
And to be honest, it's probably going to last until Monday. So
yeah, probably Tuesday, believe me. But
the website, we are still working on migrating the old shop to the new shop, and that's when the whole transaction is made, where we change this whole pre-order stuff into the normal shop. That's also when it becomes more clear. You can pre-order the Switches and stuff. Yeah. As well, this one question: is there a way to add a previously purchased keyboard to the database? We don't know yet because we don't have the whole system in place. With the whole barcodes and sticker stuff, it's just like the first step. So we're still figuring it out more as we go. Let's see. There was this other question. Oh, I like this. Oh no, that wasn't a question. It was a comment. I wonder if it's possible to assign sales on Amazon with serial numbers so you can figure out the correct warranty based on that. I was thinking a little bit different. Was actually, because of the serial numbers, we can now precisely figure out which keyboards were sent to Amazon and where that keyboard goes to and came from. Meaning also, we can keep a closer track on what Amazon is doing.
Let's just like a really good case about a thing we encountered a few months back. So there was this dude who said his keyboard was broken, but he couldn't show a receipt and everything, and we really wanted to see a receipt to see how he got it, and he just couldn't deliver one. But if we have like a nice tracking serial number, we know exactly what happened with it, because he said like a nephew of him bought it or uncle of him, and he passed away sadly enough, and it was like a really weird story that just kept getting complexer and complexer, But the only thing we need to know is like, hey, where did you bought this keyboard? And up until that point, we couldn't track it. So in these kind of edge cases, also pretty neat to just give us a serial number. We can track exactly where you bought it, when you bought it, if you bought it via one of our own channels. So it's also easier warranty-wise, and because it could have been that the guy just stole the keyboard and just wanted free money for it or something, That's.
I mean,
so, yeah.
We had our fair share of credit card fraud. Thankfully, not a lot of them, but we had 2 or 3 until so far. Yeah.
And one was like super bullshit.
Yeah.
It was like a son bought something with his mother's credit card, and the mother just disputed this transaction. Oh. And America. Hooray for America.
Well, in this case, we can also, if we have a credit card dispute about a keyboard we sent to a customer, and they get refunded and everything, right? If that customer ever comes to support or anywhere, we can know. Eventually, that would be the idea. Hey, this serial number is related to the credit card fraud.
We can then activate the nervous gas inside the keyboard.
Yeah, self-destruct afterwards, so it explodes on your face.
Like keycap shrapnel everywhere. No.
Oh my god, keyboard grenade. Oh my god. Okay, we're getting off track, and we need to wrap this up also. Let's see. We were at this sticker here. I'm just gonna do this very short, right? This sticker here goes onto the master carton. The master carton is where you have the keyboard goes into a box, and then the box goes into a master carton, and inside the master carton there's like 10 keyboards in this case. And on this sticker you'll also see the EN code for those same type of keyboards that are inside the box, and you'll see all the serial numbers of each keyboard inside the box. Hey man, hey Jules.
Well, that's actually a pretty neat idea. You could disable it through the driver with a message saying you still need to pay for this.
Oh wow. If
we can like blacklist.
We can, in the utility, we blacklist a whole bunch of serial numbers. Oh! To
all the people who screwed us.
Yeah. So, hey, serial number is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So just, wipes the whole firmware of your keyboard as soon as it sees, like, hey, this serial number, as long as it's not paid for.
It's part of the blacklist.
Oh man, that's pretty sick.
That's really sick, yeah. So that's why, and you can be totally anonymous. We don't know your name or anything like that. We just know, hey, this keyboard is related with a credit card fraud. So.
Or it's stolen.
So this
cool.
batch was stolen, or even better, this batch of keyboards was lost during transition. You know, and then we can also blacklist all the serial numbers related to that batch that were gone.
And if you sell it secondhand, so you're like ditching your baby, we can also block it.
Yeah. Because we don't ditch babies, okay? It's your daughter. All right.
Or just that the keys just scramble every 5 minutes, like like a J becomes an H or an H, you know. So the keys just scramble every 5 minutes. That's a pretty cool feature.
We purposely make it annoy you. But that becomes a different story, because they need to start installing something. Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway. So we're reaching an end of this of the stream. I'm realizing that we're actually getting into the start of American US times, US friendly times. But now we're reaching the end of the stream.
Bye.
Okay. I do want to mention a couple of comments here from KPGB. Before you leave, just want to say how cool the developer portal announcement was. I don't know which one though, but if it's about the blog, that was a great job by Tino, purple guy in Discord. We're very happy with the developer portal, and I really hope it's going to make some impact here. Okay, Faces says, if we would implement something like this, which is based on blacklisting serial numbers, don't write this keyboard was stolen. Do something like, we noticed an issue with this keyboard. Please write to support. Oh yeah, true. To make sure, let us know your SN, and we'll try to sort this out the issue. Very true. That's very true. And you know what will actually probably happen is customers contact support, and they'll say, but I bought it from this blah 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 vendor, and it's like, you know, customer legitimately bought it from somebody, but we'll know the story. But this is a very good suggestion. But I hope it doesn't freak out people. Okay, if this freaks out people, I'm just gonna say one keyboard model, right? And then afterwards you can just shut up, okay? It's called Das Keyboard 5Q, the cloud keyboard. Okay. You wanted to talk about key logging? Okay.
Dude, I'm not. No, we're not going into this.
No, I'm not gonna be salty about it right now. I already did my salty part for the stream. Okay. I'm not gonna touch that one now. Yeah. All right, so we're at the end of the stream. We're really at the end of the stream. Let me get this one away. There we go. So now I can freely use my screen. All right.
Am I disappearing again?
Let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I see that we did a really great job with the stream markers again. We only marked Kickstart update, I think. Did we mark barcode update or something? No. But this is the end of, we're at the end of the live stream. The whole stream will be on YouTube afterwards. You can expect it tomorrow.
Hopefully.
If there's going to be timestamping, I don't know. I sound
Maybe
like somebody
Tino.
else. Maybe Tino. You know, I do know for sure it's not going to be me. I do hope it gets timestamped because that would be really great.
Let's hope somebody.
I really hope somebody can timestamp it.
Somebody exports this and timestamps it.
Yeah, you're gonna have a really hard time stamping all this bullshit in between.
No, but you made it. Oh, no, you only made one. Oh,
No,
damn.
we only made one. Alright. Okay, anyway. So whole stuff, everything will be on YouTube. So you can rewatch it all. And if you missed it or just saw the end, you can watch the beginning. We went through the Kickstarter update. We went through some questions. We had some salty mice grinding gear kind of talk. And I'll answer that question in a second. And we talked about barcodes, which is really cool. So definitely watch on YouTube if you missed anything and want to rewatch that. And then I'll do some final questions because this is why we did the live stream also, specifically for the Kickstarter update. When is the survey coming out? And this is the question that I was expecting to get a lot. Also in the comments, we already got it. The Kickstarter survey is already out, but it's not out for every pledge level yet. We've sent it to an X amount of pledge levels, a minority, to first check if we made any mistakes or if we encounter any problems. Once that is okay, we'll send out the rest. You can expect it within
Next
probably
week for sure.
Well, not week. Holy shit, dude! In the next couple of days, somewhere the rest will go. We totally planned when we were going to send out the rest, and it's going to happen in the next couple of days.
Yeah, so within a week. Within a week, the survey will go out.
Oh, within a week. That's true.
The survey will. All the surveys will be out within a week. That's what we planned.
That is true. That is true. So Lil X Danish already gave away one of the pledge levels we sent out. So you can expect a survey coming very soon. I really wanted to go all out in the weekend, so I'm going to keep a close eye on it so we can send all out in the weekend because that's when most people are active. And then please fill in the survey if you receive it, because the sooner you fill it in, the more we can do. All right.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed myself.
Me too.
Good. Well, then, everyone have a nice weekend. If you're in Western Europe, don't get cooked alive, and see you guys soon.
I concur.
Good.
Did it rain in Netherlands yet?
No. It's still
Okay.
way too warm.
So as Pim Muskop says, houdoe!
Houdoe.